good to be together this morning. I am indeed Terri Witmyer. And I bring to you today our 6th sermon about worship. I have loved hearing the speakers that have come before me in the last couple months talking about worship. And I just gotta say, it's been a week for me. It's been a week, you too. I see some faces that feel the same as mine a little bit. So this morning, I don't even know if I have a sermon. I just have some thoughts I want to share with you all. And I would like to start off, as is only right, with a reel from Instagram. A little video for us. So let's watch it together.
Myself and Naomi found this amazing mosaic in the forest at Tulliv. Of course, we did the right thing and covered it back up. We also found a friend there.
Hello, are you waving? Hello.
You look close enough, you'll find all kinds of treasures. It all depends on where you choose to focus your attention. You look close
Let's just let it roll again so we can
enough,
see it.
you'd be surprised at what you might find. Myself and Naomi found this amazing mosaic in the forest at Tulliv. Of course, we did the right thing and covered it back up. We also found a friend there.
Hello, are you waving? Hello.
You look close enough, you'll find all kinds of treasures. It all depends on where you choose to focus your attention. You look close enough.
If you look close enough, you'll find all kinds of treasures. But it just depends where you choose to focus your attention. I took a stab at making a definition, just my own personal definition of what is worship. And I think that worship is an inner state of wonder and gratitude, and an expression of that wonder and gratitude. For me, the most readily available source of wonder is in nature. And, maybe not everybody finds the same delight that I do. But it's available to every single one of us, no matter who we are or honestly where we live. We can all see the sky. The fiery glow of the sun shining through the yellow, gold, rusted leaves of autumn. The endless sparkle of water as it flows. The graceful strength of trees as they rise to touch the sky. The rise and fall of the cycle of the seasons, moving from rest to abundance, from inhale to exhale, through winter's pause to spring's awakening, to summer's production and autumn's wild abandon. I believe that nature expresses the beauty, the glory, and the majesty of the Creator God. And scriptures say it over and over too. Psalm 19, verses 1 through 4. Actually, you know what? I want to start with Psalm 24, just verse 1. It says, "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it." Psalm 19 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge. They have no speech, they use no words. No sound is heard from them, yet their voice goes out into all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world. We can all see the sky. We can all feel the air around us. Isaiah 55, verse 12 says, "You shall go out in joy and be led forth in peace." Get this. The mountains and the hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the fields will clap their hands. At this time of year, there's these, near my house, there's these really tall tulip poplars. And as they lose their leaves, they kind of lose their leaves from like the bottom branches up. And so at this time of year in November, there's just leaves left like at the very crown. And they're generally a yellowy golden. And when just a tiny breeze blows, they're clapping their hands with their golden crowned leaves. And I always think of that. All the trees of the fields will clap their hands. Creation is a song, the continuing reverberation of the Creator's love spoken into existence. And we as humans are part of that song. And we are surrounded by it. We may experience the song of creation every day if we will choose to pause and notice, to allow for wonder and delight as we savor the beauty that exists all around and even within us. Karen Norden, PhD, she says, she is a PhD and stuff, but I found her on Instagram too. She says that savoring is an evidence-based psychological tool that you can use without adding any time to your day. It has significant positive impact on well-being, mental and physical. We are all God's creation, vibrating with the resonance of the song of creation. Simply by being, we sing God's praise, even without meaning to. And by choosing to be conscious, to pause and notice God's glorious beauty around us and within us, we place ourselves in an attitude of worship. And everything we're doing can become worship, right down to the smallest or boringest task that we have in our day. The goal of everything is shalom, peace and wholeness, and everything fit together as it was always meant to be. That's the dream, interweaving, perichoresis, the dance of God, the parent, child, and spirit, together with individuals, families, groups, species, organic, mineral, animal, all of creation, all of the universe, woven together. That's the goal of everything, shalom. And I believe that's what truly our hearts long for, and that's what our bodies cry out for, because that's how it was always meant to be. All woven together, all joined in the whirling joy of the dance, all joined in the solid peace of the shalom, all joined in the song of creation, the song of the planets that reverberate the word that is love and light and goodness and life. I think we often think of worship as something personal between just me and God. And it is that. And God is weaving us together. Each of our worship influence and encourage each other. And so we do this together. Not even just humans doing it together. We do this together with all of creation, all of the entire universe, beyond our understanding. I was thinking, as church people, as people who come to church together, why do we put so much emphasis on singing together, right? It's something that we do every week. As a musician, it totally just makes sense, personally. But I know that not all of y'all are musicians. All of you have music in you. I will tell you that, whether you believe it or not. That is true. But why do we sing when we come together? And why is singing such a something that we put so much focus and emphasis on as a mode of worship? Well, there are scientific studies and things. I'm going to post them on our community Facebook group this afternoon. Some articles that talk about this in case you're interested. Did you know that singing together with others is a powerful expression and a powerful, I didn't write this word down, like it makes it happen, of belongingness and being together. It's a very powerful unifier, singing together, not just mentally, but actually physiologically. They've done studies of choirs, actually put like heart monitors on them and studied what happens when they sing together. Their heartbeats align. Their heartbeats align, and part of that is because they're breathing together and they're releasing their breath together. They're coordinated because of singing together. So I think that belonging is a main message of the church. What do I mean? I think that God's heart is that everything in creation belongs. Everything belongs. And when we come together as a church, that's one of our main messages. There is a belonging within the Creator's love for every single created being and thing. And so singing together actuates that. It actually lets us act out the truth that we belong together, the truth that we are one in Christ, the truth that everything is part of the whole of the shalom, of the entire creation. That's God's heart. We all belong in God's family. We are all a valued, treasured, and cherished member of this creation. And singing together is a way to participate in that and experience it and invite others to experience it. I think there's also something about the literal vibrations of tonality as we participate in music, and even as we're in a space where music is happening, but especially when we produce song from our bodies, we're making vibrations happen. And maybe it sounds a little hippy-dippy, but I think when I sing and those vibrations are going through my body and coming out of my body, it aligns something within me. So music is a uniquely expressive mode of communication. It holds an opportunity for us to bypass our rationality sometimes, similar to nature, I think. Not that rationality is bad, but sometimes it can hold us back if we have to understand everything. And so because of that, it can be a way past our doubts and our fears. And yet, our doubts and our fears have a place too. All of us, all of who we are fully embraced and welcomed to enter the dance. Do you know that singing is mainly about breathing? And breathing is about release and support. Do it with me. It's going to be release as you inhale. Ready? And support as you exhale. Release is letting go, and support is giving strength. And I think that that's a pretty good summary of what it's like to be a community. I think that when we sing together, we're acting out the reality of our connection as members of a church community and as members of the larger church and as members of the whole of creation. We're acting out the reality of our interconnectedness with everything. The truth of our part in the shalom of God's creation. The shalom that says everything belongs. I do believe that the only way to enter into any of this is to allow ourselves to pause and be present. To allow our minds to come to rest on what is right in front of us. If we're somewhere else in our minds, we'll miss it. God's big identity revelation was, I am. God is in the present moment. And the present moment has been the present moment or will be the present moment at every time in history and beyond. But we're right here, and God says, I'm right here. I am. So to find the wonder and awe that leads us into worship, into a true moment of connection with the I am, we must learn to pause and breathe and be. Stop to breathe in the crispness of the November chill and cherish the rattle of a leaf as it crosses your path. Pause to notice the brilliant beauty of the person in front of you, even if that person is you. And I suppose allow the wonder to pull us into gratitude. Gratitude will truly change our mind atmosphere like nothing else. And that's worship. And God gave us this pathway to find our connection to everything and our connection to them, the Trinity of goodness that we name as God. And so, dear friends, let's enter in. Many wonders await. I was thinking this week coming up, we may need the pause and the connection more than normal. I want us to be a people who take a minute to look at the blue sky of November. I want us to be a people who stop to follow the flight of a bird, who savor the sight of a still glorious tree with golden leaves tumbling down, who notice the flame of beauty in the person in front of them. We need that. We need that pause. We need to make space for the wonder, especially when we feel anxiety and pressure and rage, anything. When we feel it pressing in, we need to release and take a breath and then experience strength as we exhale. So, I ask you this morning, would you be willing to accept this mission? As we move through this week, a week that holds a lot of anxiety for many, I want us all to decide something. Would you purpose to notice at least 5 things that bring you wonder every day of this week? You can write them down in your gratitude journal, but that's not what will make it real for you. What will make it real is that pause. It's that moment to stop. Our culture and the world and everything wants us to go, 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 right? There's so much pressure and so much of that. Can we stop and take a breath and make a little space for wonder? I think it would make a big difference, because wonder pulls us into gratitude, and gratitude leads us to worship and connection with the one who knows every single one of us and loves every single one of us the most, all the way, completely like shalom.